last speech. I know, Buba, I know. Okay, I was thinking, what is it that I have to say as my last speech of president, and I couldn't sleep last night. So I was like, what did Obama say? And then I watched Obama's speech and I was like, I'm not Obama, I'm Zubia. And honestly, until now, at this point, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. What is it that I can tell you that will make you inspired, and what wisdom can I give you that will make you rise beyond all of this? And truth be told, I am not interested in any of those. Today, I just want to celebrate because you see, my birthday is on Sunday. So, yeah, thanks. So, the thing is, I feel like as a 25-year-old, I have accomplished a lot. And I would just like to share my story with you. And hopefully, you learn something from it. Hopefully, you see something that inspires you or not. Because one thing I realized was throughout my time in Toastmasters, the only thing our seniors gave us that we always remembered was stories. So that is my story, my love letter. Where am I asking people? All right, my love letter to my juniors as a senior. So, this is my story. Let's start from the very bottom. I'm an 18-year-old girl. And when I was 18-year-old, I finished my A-levels, Stefan. Me and Stefan both weren't the brightest of students, but we were the most colorful of students, and we used to jump the fence. We still do. And so when I turned 18, I didn't do very well for my A-levels. But one thing that happened to me was my friends got to go on to university, I did not. And I spent 2 years in courtrooms, proving to a judge that I deserve an education. So, during this time, I had to sit in courtrooms and tell the judge, hey, as an 18, in some context, when you're 18, as some of you are, your clarity of thought is not there. You're riddled by your emotions. It's not easy to rationalize. It's not easy to understand things, especially things like education when you're a student like me. Because I have sat at the back of the class and finished nasi lemak. No joke. And so I sat in front of the judge and I said, I deserve an education. And then I had to tell myself, why do I deserve an education? And in that answer, in that trying to convince her, all I could think was, if I don't get an education, then this is it. This is all I will be. What's the point of coming from Pakistan, of being born in America, of saying that I got the best education in the world, when I have nothing to show for it? And that sort of clicked. But the clicking factor was my lawyer. I absolutely love lawyers. I know that's not the stereotype, but he fought for my education like this. My life was in his hands. And he was fighting harder for me than I was for myself. And just looking at someone as educated, as sharp, as present in a situation as that lawyer made me understand the value of education. And it also made me understand that someday I might just be a lawyer. And I always thought I could be, but as a grad student, you give up on that dream because you know it takes a lot of grades. But that's where my foundation for education started. That's why you can ask all my UL friends, when they say I have 5 modules, I'll be like, no, you sit down. We will talk about this. How dare you say that you cannot rise up to your education? So that's where my foundations, so to speak, were built. That's why I hold my education very dearly. So after fighting for 2 years, I was about 21 when I came to SIM. So in SIM, it was a period of darkness. Let me explain something to you. When you are a seed and you are planted, you are in darkness. The people that water you are your friends, are your family. Remember these people. The people that crap on you are the fertilizer. They are more necessary than the water. So when I came to SIM, honestly, I felt like everyone left. I felt like here I am, planted. Everyone's in front of me. And I felt, oh no. So I said to myself, you know what? If this is all I have, I'll make it count. Shut up, Pendrell, #repeat. So I'll make it count. And I did. I kept a 3.9 GPA, which is very hard, but it founded my foundations. It made me realize that the point of education is not to have something you like all the time. It's to get past it, to understand. It teaches you thought. It is your sword in the world. It gives you a voice. For me, especially, because this is the field I wish to go in. And for me, without education, you have no weapons to fight the weapons out there. So, I had a 3.9 GPA, and I thought to myself, you know what, there's a scholarship for degree. Nobody gets it. They give it to final year students, rumors, these are rumors, and they don't give it to UB students, which is University at Buffalo. So I never told anyone except this one right there. Don't cry, don't you dare cry. All right, so, and I told myself that if this is all I have, I had a little bit of hope, you see, but I didn't want to tell people because I don't believe in myself. People say, hey, believe in yourself, and you're like, okay, that doesn't happen. Belief comes with experience. Belief comes with confidence. So when I was in diploma, I did everything I could do. I joined clubs. I joined many clubs. And the first few clubs that I joined, as some of you will experience, are terrible. When you join clubs, not Toastmasters, woohoo. When you join a club, you don't know much about yourself. You don't know how to deal with politics. You don't know what your strengths are. You don't know how to deal with situations. And you start at the very basics of things. And then you rise. Aru, stop crying. And then you rise slowly. And that's what I did. Because my mom said, don't just pick another club. And I was like, oh, so many emotions, but I'll try. So I started trying other clubs. And I joined so many clubs. I was exco of 4 clubs. And the reason why I love Toastmasters is because I couldn't afford to pay the Toastmasters fees. So I used to come and I used to MC a lot of events. When I was very young, I used to love MC events. Like, I did it my whole life. And Toastmasters kept giving me that platform to do it. And that kept me sane. So you see, I went to clubs. It was very difficult, but soon it got easy. We started rising. You see, the trick is when you are planted, show up. Show up. Okay, I need some water. Can I have some water? Okay. I think I'm just really tired right now. And family support. So the trick is, honestly I'm crying because I'm about to give up my presidency. I'm very sad about that. So that's the real truth. Hashtag super, don't take it. Okay. Alright, so when you're planted, okay, when you're planted, you have to show up. No matter how dark it is, you show up and you struggle. These are the 2 fundamental things that I've learned from my life. Because you start from the bottom. You start from nothing. You take what people give you. And then you learn, you make mistakes. And then you rise. And once you start rising, it's really fast. Because these accelerations are due to how long you were down. The longer you are down, the more you struggle, the faster you rise. So, after my diploma finished, I was EXCO, I was in events. I knew the panel that was giving the interviews for the scholarship, so I applied. Guess what? I got rejected. They didn't even give me an interview. And I thought to myself, oh no, I did all of this just to get a scholarship. But then I realized, hey, my life is not so bad anymore. I'm not in the ground. I have come up a bit. I have grown a bit. I see the light. So I thought to myself, let's get a job, let's get a loan, and let's go to UP. Because I told myself, whatever it is, I'm going to go to UP. So I went to DBS, and luck favors the, what is the word?
Fortune favors the board.
Okay, fortune favors the board. Thank you, right? Society, everybody. So when I joined DBS, I got to work in a team of just vice presidents, assistant vice presidents, and heads. So it was just me and them. And it was the most uncomfortable experience of my life because I was a child. And I had only worked in Career Connect as an intern. So as you know, I'm very colorful. I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. And that's what I did. And you know what? They accepted it. They said, what you bring to the table, you bring. Because they were so high up in their hierarchies, it wasn't easy for them to communicate. And I became the glue, somehow, the young one, the jokey one. And our team started building. And what happened was we were part of this project, innovation project. So we had to design this portal. And managing directors, I'm going to tell you about managing directors. So we had to get managing directors to give us millions. We needed 16 million to get it started. And I said, hi, hello, I don't know more data, hi. What's your point? My point is, I might write a rap. Like, let me just wrap it up. You know, I like to rap, if you know me. So I feel like I'm about to break into rap, but I'm just too emotional right now to find it. All right, so I said I'll make a rap. And then I made a rap about our entire project with me going yo, 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 and my VPs just sitting there being irritated. And then we posted it on the social media of DBS. And Piyush, which is the CEO, saw it, and he said, this is the kind of culture we want in DBS. And then my Gina told me, he said, the colors you bring, remember them. That's when I learned the concept of black squares. Professional life, as you are told, is black and white. But that's the lowest rung of professional life. Always remember, what strengths you bring to the table will be what will get you ahead in life. Because if you are colorful and you become black and white, you will always stay on the floor as a box, like a black box. And that's what really affirmed into me this sense of identity, that I am who I am. And I learned this from the different experiences, the small things where, hey, Zubia, good job. Oh, this is also Zubia. Zubia can also do this. So that affirmed my identity, and then I realized, wow, I should really stick to who I am, but I need to figure out who I am. And so the process began by managing directors coming in. Now these are people like this lady. She was the most powerful, influential woman in Asia, 2016. She was on Vogue. She was on a few other magazines. And she came into the room, and I was just like, oh, I tried to control it. And she was so commanding. These people, when they walk into a room, it's just the amount of sheer charisma, the confidence they exude that really gets to you. And when you look at them, you think, what is it that's different about them? Why are we asking them for 16 million and not someone else? And then she was very, for me, this lady, the black and white lady, she was really cool. I was like, yeah, you're influential. But someone else that I saw was this German lady who was the managing director of technology. She came in with a skirt, long earrings, laughing. And she sat down. She said, if I give you 3 million, what are you going to do with this? And then she asked really difficult questions. She made a joke and she left. That's when I realized people who rise to the top, people who are famous in the world, know who they are. Stick to it, no matter what. I'm not saying don't polish yourself, don't learn how to dress. I'm saying, what is it that makes you you? You are not me, but then who are you? Wow, that is so interesting. But yeah, so that's really one of the biggest lessons I learned is in life, you're gonna really meet a lot of politics. You're gonna meet bad things in life. Life isn't rosy, but to face it, know who you are. Figure it out in school, especially to the excos. Do it, do these small things, they make you, you know? So that's what I learned in DBS. And then I became really angry when DBS finished, because that was in September last year. I told myself, if they don't give me this scholarship, I'm going to come every year until they give it to me. And then so I applied again. And then I applied to Mendaki for a loan for my degree. And guess what? I got an interview. And yeah, thank you. Yeah. And also, hashtag side note. Let's go to the side. Side note. One thing I firmly believe as a psychology student is never ever be ashamed of your emotions. I feel that in life, emotions should dictate your life. I'm not saying let them run you. Understand them, let them guide you. If you sit here and you have the need to cry, cry it out, because that's how the process is, that's how you need something to be said. Okay, let's go back to the main story. So, I was in the interview room, and I walked in, and I was so nervous, I made a joke, and I was like, and nobody laughed. And I was like,